Lntv, and I'm Julius Condon presenting on this especially JJ Roberts' birthday edition of the program. In our top stories, we're following Liberians across the 15 political subdivisions of this country gathered on today to observe the first president of Liberia birthday, Joseph Jenkins Roberts. The Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications, in collaboration with USAID, organized a month-long training aimed at strengthening the post and telecommunications sector of Liberia. And of the home front, thousands have gathered in Algeria's capital, Algiers, in demand of the immediate resignation of its president, Abdulaziz Bouteflika. We'll be giving us developments after this break, so please be there and don't go away. Many thanks for rejoining us, and we just joined us. You're watching the weekend edition of News Live on Lntv. We'll bring here our first development. The Ministry of Posts and Telecommunication, in collaboration with USAID, organized a month-long ERCT training for various government ministries in Monrovia. The training is aimed at providing technical skills that would enhance effective productivity and smooth operations of government land ministries and agencies, especially in the RCT sector. In her remarks, Digital Liberia Chief of Party Victoria Cooper Enchid said the program will strengthen the business component of those government ministries and agencies.
Responsible for not only the IT in your organization, but the business of your organization. And a key part of this training is to help you move to that next level in your careers, but also in your next level in being able to deliver effectively to your ministries and agencies. So what this will do, it will help you to bridge IT and the mandate of your entity. You're in the police, you're in justice, you're in CSA, you're in FDA. This is a really good group to be able to demonstrate the differences in your business operations, but you're all working on IT. So we're going to pull you out of your comfort zone of IT a little bit in this and make you think about the business. I'm sure all of you, many of you may already have kind of businesses of your own as you're going forward in your private activities. So this will help you see, okay, so how can IT help us do our business better? Not just, oh, I have my PC, I have my server, I'm running behind it to repair it. That's not what we're talking about. We're saying, so in FDA, you're in forestry. What types of systems and technology can help move forestry forward? What software do you need to help understand what's happening better? In CSA, in the other agencies, in the police, critical. But it's the business. We're talking about the business side. So we're trying to make you business people a little bit. Take advantage of this. Difficult time trying to pull this together. We're working with it within a budget that can be possibly sustainable by the GOL when we're complete, which is also very important. We won't always be here, but the model that has been developed by the team is something that can be sustained and carried forward by yourselves.
We're also speaking at the program was the Minister of Posts and Telecommunication, Councillor Cooper Kra, who provided additional updates and significance of the program.
Standalone system to integrated system delivery. The readiness at people level, government, citizens and businesses have also changed significantly. In the core objective of the CIO training program is to build capacities for implementation of various e-government initiatives and to enhance the ability of our heads of ICT at BITE to develop a holistic understanding on visualizing, conceiving, and delivering ICT policy or projects. GOL staff, who are expected to design and deliver projects under the e-government program, need to be trained in relevant areas that will help them develop an understanding of basic elements and complex issues related to e-government projects, project execution, and technical leadership. This program, therefore, is designed to improve advance topics covering areas such as RTC service management, project management, change management, information security, finance and budgeting, etc. The program duration, as you may be aware, is 3 months, after which we expect the participant to be certified as Chief CIO officers of the different ministry. So we encourage you to put all the time into it.
An unfinished housing estate project started by a slain Liberian President Samakando is said to be lying in ruins in the Wintown community in Montserrat County. On Friday, scores of flood victims from the Dwertown, Bernard Farm and Mount Barclay communities trooped in and began cleaning the facility. The chairman of the flood victims, Alvin Gruppe, told Lntv News roving reporter Abuya that their move is to appeal to government to grant them squatter rights to occupy the facility.
We want for the government to also assist us. The first lady of the country, Madam Claudia, Madam Joy, Howard Taylor, let she come to our aid and help us, because the Petty Security, who are the security that contracted from NASCO, they always give us a hard time as well. They come here when we put the Kolomo too, they were also bossy. So in the road alone, they also help the road to do the destruction, because they say they place for government, so they don't want for nobody to dwell here. Okay, so we want for the government to come in and assist us. We don't have no sleeping place. You see the women in Brescia, they are pregnant women among us. They are breastfeeding mothers. They are widows as well. They are all among us. So it's not easy. So the government should come in quick. Other than that, everything will happen. We beg you, we beg the government, everything will not happen. Let the government come in and see out and see to us, because it's not easy.
Well, Santa Township Commissioner Roland Johnson in Mangibi County has accused a starting breaking company of causing environmental degradation during its operation in the county. Speaking to Lntv News, Commissioner Johnson also alarmed over the alleged refusal of the company to pay the land rental fees for its operations.
A company that came here to extract our resources from this place, they have caused a lot of disaster here. You see, there was no river in this place. The people came, the whole ground was a very level ground here. The people came and then dug this ground, took our resources, they caused the river. And then in the mining law says that anything you take from the ground, you should be able to backfill the holes that you would cause. Since they took the resources, they are not backfill the place. The place is endangering the lives of our people. From here on, the main road is very short. Very, very short. We are anticipating that years to come, even the main road, the rated Banga road will be affected. And from here to the Corona mission is not that far. They will also be affected. The company came here with an understanding in 2013. They signed an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the past leadership. With the past leadership, Honorable William B.S. July, that every year they will pay $12,000. 12,000 United States dollars to the township. They only pay for 1 year. So from 2013 to 14 they pay. From 14 up to now, they have not paid us the land rental fee. They operated from 14 all the way to 16. They have not paid nothing to us. They have caused the disaster in this place, and the life of the citizen is in danger. So I call you to come here to look at this place. Even when I attended on Ben Fofana and the annual report, there I gave the complaint, and you decided to help me in the process so that we can pick up.
Meanwhile, the project manager of the Stingbreak community, that is company, Andrew Yancey, has been providing updates about the company's position on that particular project.
African mining company, who have, my understanding was that they got a prospecting license and they came to the district. I heard that even through the very commissioner. Commissioner Johnson informed the people of District 5, Margibi and Liberia as a whole that they got another company that is coming. This company has agreed to take over the liabilities of Steinbach, and they are going to be going through a memorandum of understanding. The company told them, in fact, they confirmed in the memorandum of understanding that the company, the retroactive payment Steinbach had was 12 or 16,000, and the company will be paying that money over a period of 8 months. The company have already started paying the money as I speak to you. The company have paid, according to what he declared to his people, $1,500 against that money. Now this is not a strange situation, because this was a reason why they had to start tempering up with a machine, because Steinberg has given them the approval to use those machines. So we know that Steinberg is operating with the West Africa Mining Company in disguise. My question here is, if Commissioner Johnson now is raising issue of reclamation, he should be raising it now, because a company is not responsible to take over another company liability. No, that's not how it works in our country.
But through the agreement.
But through that agreement, he sat with those people and they told him, well, we are now the new face of Steinberg, so we are going to take over the responsibility. So he informed, this is something that is on audio, this is something that is widely played in the district. You hear that.
That's the project manager of Steinberg Company, Andrew Yancey, in conversation with our roving reporter, Boya. If you just joined us, you're watching your weekend edition of News Live on LNTV, and I'm Julius, content presenter. We're taking this break. When we'll come back, we'll bring you sports with Koluban Zizi. So please, don't go.
Blessed good evening and welcome to the sports, where we start with news coming from the United Arab Emirates, where the 3 Liberian athletes will compete for the country at this year's Special Olympics, and they will get the race off Sunday when the running officially kick off in that competition. The Special Olympic tournament is the first time Liberia will be participating. And running for Liberia are 18-year-old Ivan Ashaf, who will compete for Liberia in both the 100 and 200 meter heat. 16-year-old Hassan Odell and 17-year-old Samuel Smith will also compete for Liberia in the 100 meter heat. The opening ceremony took place yesterday in Abu Dhabi, with hundreds of stakeholders of the Special Olympics Games in attendance. Marie Devereaux was part of the Liberian team that paraded in that opening ceremony. Well, about 194 countries are competing in the Special Olympics, and the Special Olympic Games are an international sporting competition for athletes with intellectual disabilities, organized by the International Olympic Committee. And the event was inaugurated in 1968, but Liberia only became a member of that competition last year, or in 2018. So the pitch down, the LFA National League will continue tomorrow at several venues, and with second division and first division. But on Sunday, the second division actions will take place at the Nesebido Stadium, at the North Star Stadium, the ATS, and the Doris Williams Stadium in Buchanan. NPA Anchors will host LPRC Waters in the early March at the Nesebido Stadium before Kedris FC hustle Facel in Game 2. Nima United will take on current First Division League leaders Watanga FC in the first match, or the only match, at the North Star Stadium in Mount Barkley. Jubilee and Barrister Young Controllers will battle each other in the first game at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium before former champions Leicester challenge Small Town FC. And Manila Club Breweries and Nima FC will travel to the Doris Williams Stadium to battle each other in the other berry. In the second division, on tomorrow, Barracks Young Controllers will be at home at the Bluefield against Amira FC, and Mate Blue Angels and Bristol will face off in the Unification Town Derby. Freeport and Muscat will travel at the UNT Stadium to face each other in Game 2, and the second division defending champions, who have gone 3 matches now without a win, BA Martin, will be against Matty Barrow, who lost their last fixture. To Europe now, Arsenal has been drawn against Napoli, while Chelsea will face Prague in the Europa League. And talking about that, the big one is the UEFA Champions League. The draw took place today, and Spurs will face Manchester City in an all-English fixture, while Manchester United was drawn against Barcelona. Last year's beating finalist Liverpool will play Porto, and Ajax will face Cristiano Ronaldo and Juventus. The semi-final draw was made today, and the quarterfinals will start on 9 April and 10 respectively. And FIFA has approved a revised 24-team Club World Cup starting in 2021, despite top European clubs saying they will boycott the tournament. The new competition is expected to include 8 teams from Europe. It will run every 4 years and take place from June to July in the slot currently used for the World Cup warm-up event, the Confederation Cup. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said he was happy after the FIFA Council backed his plan on Friday, and that FIFA Council is taking place in Miami, the United States, where the CAF President was later yesterday evening given a visa to attend the program, though he missed the opening section. But that's it for the sports. We have more for you Monday.
Many thanks to Kolba Zeze for the sporting segment of News Live on Lntv. Just join us watching the weekend edition, and especially this is the holiday edition of the program with me, Julius Content. One of our top stories we're following: flood victims at the unfinished housing estate project in Wentown, Montserrat County, are calling on the government of Liberia to see the need to give them squatters' right. Today's development man, the Director General of the Liberia Agricultural Commodity Regulatory Authority, LACRA for short, Dr. John Flomo, is encouraging local farmers to engage the soil rapidly. Dr. Flomo comes ahead of the establishment of a central hub for agriculture processing in Bon County to feed the country.
We've also been engaged with our farming cooperatives in our various counties. I just returned from Bon County on the weekend with a team. We met with the farmer unions, we met with the cooperatives union. We are trying to work with them to see how we can provide technical assistance to them. Part of our function is to make sure we train farmers around how they handle their cross preservation, their cross processing, and how they also preserve their food, their crops for exportation. So we have begun meeting with different cooperatives around the country, different farmer unions, to become building relationship for the purposes of trying to provide technical assistance in developing their crops and making sure that we help them add values to the crops they produce. Throughout the entire value chain, it has become noticeable that many of our farmers complain a lot about market, that they are not in sufficient market for their agricultural commodity. So one way we began addressing that is reaching out to them and trying to identify how we as an entity of government and the farmers can work together to ensure that we reach to them with storage and provide marketing. At LACRA, we are right now working on a proposal and coming up with a new policy that will enable us to develop storage facilities in almost every district capitals in our counties, where we will provide the opportunities to our farmers to bring their produce from their farm, and we will purchase it from them and bring it to the bigger market or give it to our exporters for exportation.
Liberian politicians have been challenged to graduate from infancy to maturity in their daily politicking in the greater interest of the country. Speaking to Lntv News, political commentator Wulewule Kofa said recapping their maturity as far as political issues are concerned will go a long way for the country. He said, as politicians, it is necessary to flag both good and bad issues and suggest way forward aimed at moving Liberia to another level.
We need to graduate from the infancy to maturity as political figures. Because if you will leave out the good prospects made by a government and you criticize that it is bad, when you come to power, you simply will say, well, you said that you didn't do this one. So we should put on the mature cap and make sure to talk as a team, discuss the better part of the government and also the bad part of the government, and you get solutions, because we are pushing Liberia forward. It is not George Weah, it is not CDC. The United Party has gone. Now it is CDC. Another party will come in. It will not be CDC. So in as much as our party money is Liberia, we should recap our maturity and talk about Liberia as a political figure. Discuss Liberia maturely and don't discuss Liberia negatively. This is the only way that the political leaders in Liberia, politicians, will be respected by the upcoming one, because we have lost our credibility. It's already gone.
The director of the Center of Veterinary and Diagnostic Laboratory in Fendia, Veterinary Services, the center is well equipped enough to the task to diagnose any disease should there be discovered in the country. Veterinary said the center in June of this year was the first to confirm. The center in June of last year, was the first to confirm rabies disease, which he noted is now endemic in the society. He's been speaking more to Lntv News. At the same time, the veterinary surveillance officer at the Ministry of Agriculture, Solomon George, disclosed that animals are the main sources of disease across the globe, and it's about time to put in place surveillance measures to help address the situation.
Closely, just as the National Public Health Institute of Liberia works, that is to supersede all animal disease-related issues in the country, to make sure that our animals that are being slaughtered are healthy, fit for consumption, to ensure that also most of the problems that arise from the animal domain do not get transferred to the human population, because that's where we all tend to avoid problems. Because globally now there is a global trend where the global realization is now that animals are actually the source of most of those problems that get into the human population. So you have a huge task. So it's a very big task that we have as a country, a very small unit beginning with a very small workforce, with a huge challenge. We have 9 currently. So we have the livestock officers of the ministry that have already been stepping into some of those counties. So like he did mention, in Montserrado we have one assigned person at the slaughterhouse at Harrisburg, and even a fortnight ago, we, the surveillance officers, almost all the time visit the place to make sure that before the animals are slaughtered, we inspect them and do our anti-mortem inspections to make sure that they are in a physical, normal body condition.
Meanwhile, the government is now administering free vaccines across the country for the protection of rabies. According to Albert Harris, coordinator of One Health technical team at FAO, they are committed to support Liberia to ensure that it is free from rabies as of 2030. Comments were also buttressed by Tracy Pensy, but first though is Albert Harris.
FAO is very supportive of the initiative. Presently, FAO, in collaboration with the Global Alliance for Rabies Control, has developed an elimination plan to eliminate rabies by 2030. And as part of that plan, FAO is fully involved using a One Health platform to have rabies eliminated come 2030.
Directly, what are you doing? This of therapy.
As part of that initiative, we are here today to begin the ball rolling. We have a campaign coming up, as the Costas will speak more of that. We have a campaign coming up next week to start the elimination process. So there will be a mass dog vaccination campaign.
So what we do is we have, from the 15 countries, we have our NTV focal points, and the other countries, all the countries. So what we do is communicate with them. They go in where we take care of we take the human and make sure that they are taken to the health facility. Or if our NTV focal person are not at that point, what we usually do for our health care, we say we should wash the place with clear water or soap, and make sure the place is clean and good. We have centers, we have 2 centers that we usually refer our clients to. We have the Redemption, we have Tuporo, we have GBJ, we have Bentonville health sector, where they go there to take the vaccine. And the vaccine is free of charge.
Okay. Yes. At the 4 centers?
At the 4 centers, it's free of charge.
Okay.
Because nobody is supposed to pay for the vaccine.
That's the coordinator of rabies control at the Ministry of Health in presence of Tracy Pensy. Earlier you saw Albert Harris from the FAO. Away from Liberia, now thousands have gathered in the Algeria's capital just to demand the immediate resignation of President Abdulaziz Bouteflika, despite him dropping his bid for his 5th term. The BBC's Mohamed Aris Humer in Algiers says it is the biggest protest in memory, with people of all ages packing out in the capital's Algiers. Police have fired tear gas at protesters near the president's office. On Monday, the president postponed the planned April 18th presidential vote. With that and foreign development, we come to the end of this weekend edition of News Live on Lntv. But before going, a reminder of our top stories. Flood victims at the unfinished housing estate in Wentan, Mambakle, Monsrata County, calling on the government of Liberia to see the need to give them squatter rights. Liberian farmers encouraged to ensure rapid development, especially by producing more crops across Liberia. In sports, 3 Liberian athletes to represent Liberia in the first Special Olympic Games across Liberia, specifically to take place on Sunday. And away from Liberia, thousands have gathered in the Algeria's capital, Algiers, to demand the immediate resignation of President Abdulaziz Bouteflika, despite him dropping his 3rd term bid. Many thanks for watching this entire week edition of News Live on Lntv. The invitation is yours to join us tomorrow morning for the week in review of News Live on Lntv. Until that time, I'm Julius Content. Have yourself a wonderful holiday. Bye-bye.